Greetings and welcome forward to Reasons Right at the Chair Life. I'm your host, Talaku the Great Howl, in the presence of my co-host, High Priest Tafari.
Perfect love.
Perfect love. Once again, beloved viewers and subscribers, right? We are into another episode, right? And this particular one is more of a dichotomy, a question, and the essence of why it is that we find that we have such a negative mind talk, right? Why it is that, our mind isn't functioning, let's say appropriately or properly, right? So why we have such negative mind talk? I mean, I remember like a while back, right? I was watching a psychological, presentation with some, I guess, modern psychotherapists, right? And so they already accepted that the mental mind talk was negative, and they were saying, why is it that it seems that there's a predisposition to have a negative thought compunction rather than a positive thought compunction? And I thought to myself, isn't that kind of fixing the idea that thoughts are intrinsically negative before they have to be adjusted? Or is it an impetus from the individual to think and attract negative thoughts? And to be honest, I guess there are many different views in our school of thought along those parameters psychologically. But what I truly believe is that it is your predisposition, yes, but it is created by your tendencies. So maybe you have a predisposition to tend onto negative thinking or being appeased or appealed to by negativity rather than being appeased and attracted to positivity. So they might say in spiritual work, you go to your dark to come to your light, whatever, to mean that you have to challenge your negative self-talk, mind talk, before you can come to positive mind speak. So when you have the so-called psychologists like myself and therapists talking about the positive mind talk and such, and that it's a state of proverbial processes, perpetual processes, that means that you can direct your mind to positivity. But if you have to direct your mind and it isn't your natural inclination, is it true then that we do have negative mind talk? So it's like it goes all the way back around, and so we have to look at this biblically, right? So I think it comes back to the fact of sin, the fact of evil in the world, the fact that there is a spiritual enemy and opposition to our spiritual and physical welfare. I think the spiritual opposition projects negativity into our thinking. And that's how I answer that question. So I don't think the negative mind talk is intrinsic. I think we are being bombarded in the mind by external entities that operate through frequencies, i.e. fallen angels, demons, or spiritual entities. High Priest Tafari, how do you view these matters?
Yes, brother, great all. And there is an attack on our minds. That is why everybody are negative, and just negative upon the mind. Naturally, people just want to think positive, and have a positive life, a positive outlook, a positive reality. But every day I just negative upon the mind continually. As the Bible says, evil upon the mind continually. From them wake up till them go sleep, till them dream, everything are just negative. Because what? There's an attack on our minds. Our minds are being programmed by Babylon. Evil in control of this world, are not good. Are not godly people. Are satanic people. So them have an agenda from them father, who is Satan. That's why the youths, them cartoon, are just one bag of evil upon the cartoon. Whole heap of war and fighting. So them are programmed from early. We laugh at people's harm. Tom and Jerry. We laugh when the cat get hurt. And Jerry get away. The mouse is the culprit. The villain. The villain is the star. The cat just try to protect him house. And if him not get rid of the rat, him a go lose him job, him a go lose him house, him not have no food, no place to stay. So him just a try do him job, but this rat keep on coming and a thief out the cheese from the fridge. Them set them trap and the rat just gone with the cheese. So the cat a try get rid of, you know? But the rat always a hurt the cat.
True.
And we laugh. Because they make we laugh at people's harm, people's downfall, people's injury. We laugh at it. When somebody get hurt, them buck them toe. First thing we do is laugh. Oh, you alright? Because to you, ow! And it's funny because what we program for laugh at things like that. When the cat ow, 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 I hold him toe and I jump. When we see that happening in real life now, we laugh because a program, we mind program to laugh at people harm.
True that.
So we mind I get programmed from negative from early. That's why the Tayanos, man, them used to live in more harmony and peace. With everybody else, got different culture, the Moors there, you know, and the different people of the world who are visit, them are deal with everybody in harmony and peace. And them are live together.
Yes, sir.
In harmony and peace because them are the Israelites. So them are live godly life, natural life, nature life, with God upon their mind at all times.
Yes.
But now, we are watch we phone now, we scroll upon the TikTok. One bag of evil, enough knowledge upon it, you know, enough good upon it, but whole heap of evil as well.
Yes, that's true.
And that's how we mind a program upon the evil. We see some people a fight, and we stop and watch the fight. And the TikTok program now, the AI say, okay, you spend 30 seconds upon this video. But you spend 2 seconds upon everything else. So since you spend 30 seconds and watch this fight, I'm going to program more fight in your reality. So you scroll and you see more fight and say, interesting, man. Because them say you stop longer upon these things.
That's the algorithm.
Yeah, man. So we are program ourselves.
Exactly.
With the evil we are watch. We are watch the foolishness and others more foolishness them are program with. The mind can't stable. We need to go to a park. Somewhere with some greenery without the technology. We need some time for just think. Without no distraction at all.
Exactly.
We don't get no time for process nothing. We just consume information. Consume. Work. And by the time you reach home, you turn on the TV, you watch your news, you get programmed from some evil upon the news. They watch at bare wickedness, probably about 10% good, 90% evil. Because the evil sell.
Yes.
You hear what happened on news? You know, hear them do this and do that. One bag of food. You see how the fool crab lady. That's a little crab foolishness, you know. Turn the biggest thing in Jamaica. We might not get programmed on foolishness. It depends on everybody's tongue. Foolishness. Nobody not talk righteousness. Nobody not motivate each other. Just a box down each other. You know? I pull down the same crab in a barrel. I say, where you go? Come down, man. Me down here, so you get pulled down too. I don't want to see your rise. Evil upon the mind continually.
As you say, what they've been programmed into. It's like righteousness isn't trending according to the algorithms. So if righteousness isn't trending, then what is trending? Unrighteousness is trending. And as you speak about like how people are programmed into laughing at the demise of others or the hurt of others. Some people might be saying that's an idea or a belief, but how is that substantiatable, right? It's easily substantiatable by watching any of these old cartoons that High Priest was referring to and any sitcom, because we're also creative minds who went to art college, so we know one thing. On a sitcom stage, right, and our sitcom is designed, a cartoon or anything, there's a cue that goes out at a certain point in the cartoon that is a meter, right? A meter means it is mapped minute by minute, second by second, each syllable and sound by sound. And on that meter, we call that meter, High Priest, the metronome, right? So that those at home can understand. So on the metronome, there's a point where your expectations come to a what? A heighten. And they cue what? It says it in the studio. Applause. They cue applause when it's a live TV show. Now when you're in the studio and you're doing the editing for the sitcom, it's not applause that cues. Guess what cues? Laughter. So they actually prompt you when to laugh based upon the metronome and the meter of the soundscape of each reel. Alright? R-E-E-L. Each reel. So that means that if they say every 45 seconds we should inject emotivity, right? And every 180 seconds we should have exuberance, laughter. You think it's a joke? Well, you don't know about television. Did you know that even when you have shows when they talk about, here is Jack and Jack just won $1 million. And Jack looks like this. They say, okay, Jack, we're going to take it again, Jack. Jack just won 1 million. But Jack's face don't look like that's $1 million. So they say, okay, guys, let's cue it again. Here we go. Here we are with Jack, our 5th millionaire. Here is Jack. And Jack's still not happy. They take that as many times until Jack has a smile. Everything is scripted. So when you're in a television audience, you are prompted when to applaud and when to laugh. So it is designed in a metronome. And when do you laugh now? Let's bring it back to what you're talking about. You laugh at the point they want you to laugh. And that just so happens to be at someone else's demise. So we love to embarrass people. And the modern culture is built upon embarrassment, which is to see someone outside of their proper deportment. The biggest videos on the internet, and I know this whether you want to agree with me or not, are not the videos where somebody constructed a narrative and talked about it. It is a video where somebody slipped and maybe broke their neck, crashed violently. These are the most popular videos. You can say, High Priest is just making this up. Well, go and do the research. Go and see which videos are the most viral. And if you find 5 videos that are discounting my information, the next 500 affirms my information. That means that we are being prompted by the algorithm, by the metronome, to make fun of the sufferings of others. And I'm not speaking like I am so perfect. I have been triggered to laugh at the demise of others because they make it into these nice little stitches, right? And I was getting a little too carried away with liking them, and the Lord gave me a reprimand about it. But it was a gentle reprimand, but it was still a reprimand. Hallelujah. And the reprimand was, I was watching these videos where people violently crash, right? And then they started stitching those videos now where somebody goes flipping over a wall in the violent crash, and they stitch it where they film themselves jumping over the wall and chucking into the pool or dropping perfectly into some girl's lap, right? Making mimicry of a very vicious accident. The Lord says to me, Jerome, you better stop appreciating those videos. So I stopped. I just said, listen, man, I don't want to see that no more. Because it is very, very, it's a low point. I don't even want to put any intellectual term. It's very numbing to think that we are being trained into negative compunction. So that is why it is so hard for us to be positive, because all the things we are being programmed to appreciate are the things that bring hurt, that cause pain, that causes embarrassment, that causes suffering. And we laugh at it as a way to comfort ourselves until the camera is placed on us. So we are holding each other hostage because of our negative compunctions. And again, I say no one can convince me that we are made this way, but I will say it is being reinforced. And I say that when they say sex cells, as well as garbage cells, as well as lies cell, as well as negative news cell, right? They are deciding by desire and compunction what they appreciate. They are deciding that righteousness is boring, true love is boring, yeah, fidelity is boring. You understand me? Infidelity is exciting, right? Being honest is boring, it's not trending. It's not at the top of the algorithm. Being dishonest and conniving and pranking, that's what we call deceit, is pranks. Conniving, manipulative behavior is pranking. So while you put a modern spin on degeneracy, that's what it is. And I stopped appreciating prank, as I never really liked pranks because I don't like practical jokes. That's what I used to call it when I was growing up. The same prank, it's called practical joke. And there's nothing practical about it. But when I stopped watching it online, like having no taste for it, was when someone did a compilation, the first one I watched, of practical jokes gone wrong. One guy ran, caused his girlfriend to be scared, and she ran right out into a car. And from that real life event hit me, this is not gonna retake again, and the car is scripted, and she didn't really run into the car. When the real life of it, I said, I don't want to watch it, so I don't watch no video when I hear talking about it's a prank. From I see that coming up, I flip it. So yeah, you can call me conspiracy junkie, and every conspiracy don't really catch my eye, because once it sounds absurd, once it's not biblical, and even if it is biblical, brother, you know, sometimes I will share some of the far out ones with you. But the reason why I share them is because they are there and they support a lot of reasons why other things are happening off the grid. Meaning some of the religious conspiracies, brothers and sisters, I know many of you might not be aware of them, they actually show things behind the scenes that are also manifesting while the things in front of the scenes are manifesting. Let me be less vague. While we hear that Bible prophecies are manifesting, many things were spoken about theosophany, the priests which run the world. The cons are the priest kings. The priest kings have brought shame and dishonor upon the world. And the priest kings have transferred themselves to being the vicars of Christ, or priests in the robe of leaders of the world. The original priest kings are shepherd kings. Yes, brother high priest. The shepherd kings and the priest kings of the world are being judged. They're being judged now. There's a war with the red dragon and the green dragon fighting behind the scenes that will spill out into Bible prophecy according to what they have revealed through the exoteric information. But we know that with the exoteric that they teach everybody, there's also the esoteric that is hidden. And so within the esoteric meanings, there's infighting going on within a lot of these organizations, right? Forces of darkness are competing to be the primacy of honor, right? And so that's the people who are under the scarlet sea. A lot of those that are under certain secret organization within the so-called secret organization. And they're falling apart. And that's causing the world structure to fall apart. And so within these conspiracies, they're showing you that certain characters, when they fall from grace, they are not just falling from grace because of simple things. They are being struck down by the power of the Most High. And when you are being taught it by the TV media, when certain powerful people fall, you do not know that they are the characters of the Bible in secret falling. These are the people who work behind the scenes to destabilize the world. They are the principalities that are being spoken about, that the Bible don't refer to by name, but by titles. These are the principalities that run the laws that governs geopolitics, that governs geographic borders and boundaries, that governs trade. These are the people whom you will not see on your TV screens, but their satanic wars against the spirit of light and the angelic forces have proven to be fatal for them. And their fall is showing up as the fall of nation state, or the challenge, or the wars in nation state, because the warlocks and the principalities pray. The warlocks pray to the principalities, and now the principalities are falling. And so the warlocks are being exposed as well. And so now certain information is coming out. And so that's why I said this is the religious conspiracy beyond the prophecies, because this is in-house. These people occupy positions within our society, and they're falling, and they're going to continue, hallelujah, to fall, because they are those stars that are falling away in the last days. Yeah? They are those creatures that were given power by the beast, yeah, to create great catastrophe upon our lives. And that is why their ideologies now are coming on the forefront, like these climate change ideologies, like all these transgender ideologies that is under the Baphomet, and it's under the high priest of Ishtar, yeah, or Asarte, Inanna. There are many names we call her, right? Yes. Diana is a modern terminology for her as well too, right? So there are many signs that we are missing. But this is the reason why we are thinking so negative. It was their doings to project harshities upon us. right? It was their doing to promote negativities upon us, right? So now that they're being exposed, free thought is coming through. People are being recognizing that they have been programming us to think, to hate each other. In Jamaica, where we're from, we're so splintered. We're a small island. They say 95 square miles by 144. That's what they tell us, right? 55, sorry, by 144, right? So they say that we're small. But yet within such a small society, we are so splintered because they divide us. They teach us to distrust each other, to dislike each other based upon appearances, right? To negate what is truthful and what is loving for our belief, right? So my generation's been doing this, so this is the right way. We destroy traditions that used to teach us to respect our elders. Like back in the day, that if a child should disrespect an elder, the elder had the right to discipline the child. No one feared that the elder would harm the child. We're not talking modern compunction, we're talking compunctions that were more traditional, and we're talking 60, 50 years ago, 40 years ago. I still grew up in it, so it wasn't so long. Some of it, though I was rural. What that means? It means that no one feared that if an elder disciplined their child in public, that elder had a malicious intent towards their child. No one thought that. All assumed that an elder would have had the best interest of the child, and as such was trying to discipline the child. Now you tell that to modern people, nobody now gonna lay them on for my picnic. It is so splintered now that even within families, brothers and sisters cannot necessarily freely correct or scold their own nieces and nephews. And if you think I'm lying, you try to do it with your sister's kid on a subject that you and her disagree on. Oh, you think I'm going to say something that you agree on. Because even if you agree, you might still get her the wrong way. But make it be something you disagree on. She's making her son go effeminate, and you don't believe in that. You say that is a sin, and you speak against it. You're not invited to any more birthday parties. You're not allowed to speak to her child outside of her presence. This was an abhorrence that would have never been tolerated by older generation. But yet we look at the older generation, we vilify them as being control freaks. They must want control of life. Like we used to talk about in previous videos about marriage, that when the family did not approve of marriage, they didn't do it. But nowadays we are doubtful because we say family might have malicious intent towards us, so we cannot be sure. So we're talking about going back to some traditional views. Who destroyed those traditional views? That's what we're talking about. Who put postmodern culture on us? Who brought modernism on us? Who told us that to be educated made you better than your parents? Who told you to disrespect your grandfather and your great-grandfather, your grandfather, and your father because I till the side and send you to go to school, and you actually send them to a university, and you actually came out with a degree. You know where you moved to? Tell me where you moved to. You moved to Scandinavia, you're married to a white woman. And whether you have locks on your head or not, it don't make a difference. You moved to France, you moved to Germany. Oh, Jerome, you're just going over the top, high priest. You're just doing too much, really. Really. Do you respect your parents? Did you come and try to improve the farm? Did you brought the farming technology into a modern state? No, you did not. Your education told you you're better than your parents. As a matter of fact, when you were conversing with your parents, you didn't use discernible language anymore. You flipped your vernacular. You taught what they taught you. Immanuel Kant and Yeats. You know their names. They're great ingenious thinkers. You talk about Socrates. You talk about Plato. You talk about Dionysus. Yeah? Isn't that what you talk about? Isn't that what you say your parents are not educated? Didn't you say your grandpa don't know nothing about business and economics? You dumb. Didn't you say that? But yet still, there was never a day that he needed help on the farm that he was not helped. And you did not witness money being exchanged for people helping him. You have to exchange money for any help you're going to get. So let's not even talk about it. Let's not even go there. They didn't have to exchange money. So what that means? It means that there was a positive, self-supporting and communal supporting way of life in this country that they claim is a nation of ex-slave. And I'm talking post-slavery. I'm not talking theory. The same Jamaica, because I did say my own country. And you can apply it to your nation and to your culture and to your community. If you tell me 50 years ago your people were not more respectful and honorable, and if you told me that the generation spoke anyhow to their parents or to elders even if they didn't know them, if you tell me that that was natural, that youth just fly their mouth, and disrespect elders. If you tell me that was just the norm, then I'd say you must have been living in hell, because it couldn't have been on planet Earth. Because decorum, even in America, even in the so-called Babylon state in the modern world, there was decorum. Women in the 50s couldn't dress in knee-high skirts. I'm telling you, I'm not pretending, I'm not making it up. And they couldn't wear lascivious looking hairstyles and makeup, and it didn't mean that their parents put the law down by beating them and physically hurting them. It was not respectable. It was shameful. That means that the very idea of shaming yourself and shaming your family had weight. Now the Jezebel spirit is showing how naked you can get. It's not a negative compunction, that's some negative self-image supported by some negative self-talk. High Priest Tafari.
Yes, Brother Great All. Yeah, man, and forget this positive mindset now from this negative mind. You have to just take a break or take on yourself completely from all of these programming that you have programmed yourself with evil. Take yourself into a nature place. Come to a garden, a nice park. Relax. Take a deep breath. Just make your mind relax from all of these content. Your mind full up with so much content you go through every day. Work and different social media content. Because if you're not working or scroll, you scroll. The mind just want to get entertained. Always busy. Sometimes we need to just let go of all of those things. Reflect. People don't take time for reflect anymore. Reflection is important in everybody's life. You need to just take time out, even if I just half an hour, 15 minutes. Reflect on the day. Especially if like your day just done now, and you just reflect on the day, man. Make the mind process it. Don't just go sleep so. So the mind, it will all come up with some weird dreams. You have to just make your mind relax, man. Talk to God. Come back down to nature, man. Because the mind can so, what do I call it, noise. It's full of noise. One bag of noise in your mind. You not hear God, you can't even talk to God. Because the whole heap of noise of the day full up in your head. We have to go up on a little balcony. So we don't have a garden to go. We have a balcony, man, with a one little plant, we need water every day. And we just go out there, go pour the plant and go talk to God. No phone, no computer, no book, no nothing. You and God. Probably you and the Bible. Because you need to get your mind upon godly things and take your mind out of this gutter mind. You know? The social media mind, noisy mind, full of noise. We have to reflect. Think about today, think about how we deal with each other. Think about the thoughts, think about the actions. Realize your wrongs, realize your rights. Give thanks. Reflect and give thanks. We're so caught up on the problems in our life. We not even give thanks for what we do have.
True that.
You have good health and strength. Give thanks. You might not have no money, but you have good health and strength. Can you remember when you did in a pain? And you said, John, we don't spend any amount of money to get out of this pain right now.
True that.
But the pain gone, we now remember say the pain gone, we now give thanks for good health and strength. We just have focus on the problems ahead. The problems. We need to do this, need to do that, need money for this, need money for that. You know? This a brother you deal with me so, that friend there deal with me so, whole heap of problems in your life. Father sick, mother sick, whole heap of things you think about. We need to take a break, man. Give thanks for the blessings in your life. Because you bring it back to the positive mind, you know.
True that.
Because we can't just think about all the problems of life. Problem this, problem that, bills for pay, this for that, you know. Work to get done. A whole heap of problems. No. Reflect, man. Take a break. Give thanks. Reflect on the good things. Reflect on the positive things.
That's it.
Reflect on what you did there last year and what you're there now. Reflect on the growth. Reflect on the things you learn. Lift up your mind. You have to be the greatest motivator in your life. You cannot depend upon people to motivate you and inspire you. And you have to inspire yourself, motivate yourself, make yourself get up and get done what needs to get done.
That's it.
You can't say, oh, me need the help from this person or me need an investor there. And no, me I get out, go do it. You see me? And who want help, you know. And who want invest, but this will get done.
Yes.
And that mindset the way I pray, you see me? It will get done in a positive mind. We not worry about where the money will come from, where the investor will come from, you know, how the bills are going to get paid. Not worry about that. We think positively and give thanks I go through. I say, man, last year my mattress never so good. Now me have a better mattress. I sleep better at night time. Back now hurt me again.
Exactly.
You know, you have to give thanks for the small things, you know. Because the most I want to see how you deal with life. And them say, all right, I bless you with this. And you need to say thanks. You need to look upon it and grateful. And you didn't need it so badly. And you now give thanks for the sitting where you want, how bad couple of years ago. You have that there park up, just dead upon that. You now give thanks to it, you know, appreciate it. So the most I say, so why am I going to give you better things now and you need to appreciate the lesser things? Why am I going to give you more while you not appreciate the little? Because when him see say you appreciate the little, then him say, all right. Then me give you more to deal with now. Because I see how you deal with it, you do it in the right way, righteous and holy.
Yes.
So I'm blessed with more. Because most of the times we mind upon negative things of life, you know. Where the money will come from. You know, how the rent will get paid. You know, because Jamaica, how it's set nowadays, money no worth nothing. So people just money upon the mind and a worry. And barely a scrape through the little month. By the end of the month, you can barely make it. You know, just barely a scrape. You sometimes you have to ask a friend and say, boy, lend me a 10 grand there, man, because I think I make it through the rest of the month, you know.
Which is true.
Rough on people, so how them go pre-positive with the money and the lack of money upon their mind?
It's definitely orientation for real.
You have to give thanks for what you have, man, and develop upon what you have.
Yes.
And go through in this earth.
Well, we know that nothing comes easily, High Priest Tafari. And so, you know, we could go on this topic for a very, very, very long time. But this is where we're going to have to leave it right here, because essentially the positive mindset will not just occur by itself in a fallen, broken world. That means you have to put time and effort through your faith, through application, into engendering the circumstances that's going to maintain, promote, and actuate a positive state of mind. And so once you're in that positive state of mind, you got to expand it by including others, right? Making a way where you can become magnanimous in the process of bringing good and positive. Each one teach one, right? Iron sharpen iron. I will take that right there, right? True word, iron sharpen iron, right? Each one teach one. So on the positive path towards good and positive, upful, divine living in Christ Yeshua, we pray that you find your path, get on the path, stay on the path, in faith and in love. So until next time, this has been Taluku, the Great Out, reasoning right here at Share Life, speaking about the negative compunctions of mind, negative self-talk. Just reminding you to grow past that negative self-talk. You can like, share, subscribe to Share Life experience right here on Selah Media on YouTube. Support the Patreon if you want to support the ministry business, or the PayPal if you want to, I would say donate to the cause. If you want to support the ministry business, you can support teespring.com and buy a blazer, a t-shirt, a visor, a cap, Or you can book one of our retreats to come down here and spend some time with High Priest Tafari and myself and be a part of our live sessions, right? Or purchase my online therapy session. Prices are available. All information is in the description box, and we give thanks to all the people who's been reaching out to us since we've been putting out our current projects. I mean, giving hints that we're doing some work coming up, and we are asking for the kind of support in terms of investment, and people are serious, and a few people are responding. We don't want to take anybody's response for granted, but so as I was saying, I know a lot of you have been like responding. We want to triangulate our information, and when we feel that we kind of understand each other, we can talk about some of the literal projects that we're working on. But the issue is that it's time, as High Priest has been saying, that we move from the positive mindset, not just the negative mindset. So, love, light, and blessing. High Priest. Perfect love. Perfect love.